think that's what I had before I met him, like his movie and this like clipping from the Times. Like, some adventurous producers should throw money at David Barker.
Even when we were shooting, he would just take the latest data, his dreams, you know, what the gaffer had to say, and he would just go.
It's exciting to work like that. I mean, it's rare. You don't generally get to do it, to collaborate like that.
I'm going uptown to Harlem, gonna let my hair down.
When are they coming in?
They're not coming tonight. They're gonna pass out at a motel. They'll be here first thing in the morning.
Yeah. I don't like it.
I was mostly unemployed that spring,
Yeah.
trying to sell my truck,
What was that, 46 GMC?
46. And we had been talking about doing a play. And I ran into a guy that had directed me in a play, David Barker. He was getting ready to shoot this film, Daylight. David Barker!
I want you to be in my film, but I need another guy.
I've got the person that would be perfect.
We're gonna make a film, guys.
The thing I think we should do is go to the church.
You know, Barker's more, I think he looks for qualities in an actor, in the person. Also, he's thinking about the circumstances that you're in currently.
So we were working on a script for about a year, Alexandra and I. And then when it was finished, it was much too big a movie to make with an unknown Swiss actress. And then she coincidentally was pregnant and she had to go back to Switzerland. The question was, what story can we make that we can shoot in 2 weeks that could star a pregnant Swiss woman?
Well, the director said he wanted the woman to be foreign. And I told him, I'm from Brooklyn.
I remember hearing about Daylight, and I really wanted to play it was the Swedish pregnant woman. I thought I had an angle on it.
Yeah, well, he's that talented.
The director wouldn't see me, and I was like, have you seen, you know, fucking Charlie's Angels, man? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, basically the story is about a woman who's got all this stuff going on in her life. But she's 7 months pregnant, she's driving in a car, and then all of a sudden in 5 minutes or whatever, her whole life changes and might be over. Instead of having like, is she going to survive? Have it be about, what if she survives?
The way Barker works made more sense once I realized that he had studied at University of California with Jean-Pierre Gorin, who in the late 60s with Jean-Luc Godard had the Zizika Vertov group.
I didn't even discover it, I just felt it.
The films they made were all collaborative. We started going into the Players Club on McDougal Street.
Players Theater.
Players Theater.
Where Richard Foreman boxes.
Where Richard Foreman boxes. I think a few days a week, and we would just improv from character ideas, from story ideas, and he would just tape
record all the rehearsals.
Then we'd go in and do it again, but it didn't seem like anything was getting written down for a long time. Yeah. At some point, there was something, and that's when he brought in Jay and Lars and Ben.
But my own personal experience with Barker was seeing his film, Afraid of Everything. And it kind of had this sort of lasting effect on me. And Barker kept like pushing us to work together on something. And then, Daylight was that film.
I met with Jay and we had about 30 pages of script, and Jay said, "Oh, are you looking for a producer?" He said, "Well, unfortunately, we can't do it. We're going into production of a movie, and we've only, we're going to start in 8 months, so there's no way we can do this movie too." And so I said, "Well, this movie will be over in a month."
It's like, "Do you want to come by and meet the actors that are doing it?" I was like, "Okay." And then, "Do you want to do it in 2 weeks because our lead is pregnant and has to go back to Switzerland?" We're like, "Yes, let's do it."
All these things just kept falling into place.
They said they could get the car.
It was nice, man. We really wanted to drive the Maserati, remember? We'd get a little blast in it.
It all happened so fast, and that's what sort of making movies is about. It's like getting them made.
It's really kind of about community in a weird way. It's about how these people stuck in a house affect each other. Sort of not quite Stockholm Syndrome, but kind of more of a chemical reaction of how people's personalities are constructed inside their heads and how you start to see that fall apart.
It was nice. Remember those days? Yeah, citronella candle.
What Alexandra did is pretty impressive. I mean, play through a part like that when you're 7, 8 months pregnant. It's kind of fucked up.
It's crazy. It's Bogey, it's De Niro, it's Peter Lorre, it's all that stuff. It's good.
104 degrees, pregnant woman, whose water's gonna break, fast car. What more could anyone want?
I'm excited to see Ivan and Mike up there doing it, making it happen.
Daylight, check it out.
Not nightlight, not nighttime, daylight. I don't have a lot of time because I'm going to go to Lamaze class right now, preparing for a role where I'm playing a pregnant woman.